ThreeNews can reveal that Winston Peters is planning to stand again at the 2026 general election. His de facto deputy, Shane Jones, let it slip during an interview with the Tova podcast. He also all but confirmed the controversial fast-track bill will be softened to strip final decision-making powers from ministers. Chief Political Correspondent Tova O'Brien reports.
And this is not our first rodeo.
Nor will it be his last. Winston Peters, the comeback king, saddling up for yet another rodeo.
When we first said a few years ago that we were going to make a comeback, they all laughed at us. But they're not laughing now, are they?
His loyal de facto deputy, Shane Jones, letting slip the return of his king.
We're absolutely confident that our rangatira Winston will be standing at the next election.
Before perhaps realising he'd spoken out of school.
We're in deep prayer. He better stand again.
The Winston and Jonesy show set for another season.
I'm willing to hang around a bit longer in politics.
They may make it to 2026, but will the coalition? After these comments from David Seymour this week.
Is the Treaty Principles bill, is it something you would break up the coalition over?
Well, let's put it this way. You never play poker with your cards on the table.
That's not a no.
Well, it's an answer, isn't it?
He's not ruling out breaking up the coalition over the Treaty Principles bill. It is a live prospect.
No, what we are obliged to do is to abide by the coalition agreement. Both my leader and I have said we will show fidelity to that.
As part of New Zealand First's coalition agreement with National, it secured the controversial fast-track consenting bill. Tens of thousands have marched and submitted against it, particularly the final decision-making powers given to 3 ministers, including Jones.
I haven't seen the final report of the Select Committee, but I've been told that that's an issue that a lot of Kiwis are very, very hostile against, that politicians should be the final decision makers.
Asked if he'd be willing to swallow that dead rat and lose the final sign-off, Jones appeared resigned to that fate.
We got 6.5% of the vote. If we got 16.5 or 26.5, then obviously my status and influence would be greater.
You've gone soft, Matua.
No, well, you know as well as I do that you can only push your corner so far.
Jones has also been talking a big game about the government stepping in to force greater competition in the face of an energy crisis. So where is that intervention, or was that all just Jonesy bluster?
No, that wasn't part of the Jones quarter of wind. There's a host of changes that are wending their way through our system, and decisions will be announced in short order.
Will we see government intervention in the energy sector?
So let's just tie-ho, decisions are imminent.
And to hear that full interview with Shane Jones, including whether he would consider taking over the leadership of New Zealand First if Winston Peters ever stood down, listen to the Tova podcast wherever you get your podcasts.